is Mr. Takanori Hamaozu. His speech title is Doubt It, Doubt It. So, Mr. Hamaozu, please slash it with word and splash your world.
Thank you, Master of Ceremonies, honorable judges, and the questioner. Hello, everyone. It was when I traveled in Kyoto in my high school days. I went on a river on a raft with my friends. The guide was a nice and cheerful man. On the boat, he said, "There are many deer here like in Nara, so you can see them soon. Look at the left bank of the river." So I stared at the bank. But I couldn't see anything except trees. Still the guide shouted, "Hey, look, there is a deer." Where? I think. There is a tree, and oh, what? Chopper from One Piece. Your deer is a stuffed toy of Chopper? What a liar you are! Poor friends couldn't see through his lie, so they leaned out of the boat to find the deer. Suddenly, the boat lost its balance and we were thrown out of the boat. Oh dear. How miserable you are. And even after that, he continued to tell lies, and each time he told a lie, we were deceived. You may think, well, a silly event. But this story has an important lesson. It is, do not believe everything. Hold a skeptical view. And this is the first step of critical thinking. So let me talk about an interesting scientific research related to critical thinking. In 1997, a freshman at Eagle Rock Junior High in Idaho researched a chemical compound called dihydrogen monoxide, or DHMO. He found that this chemical is a major substance in acid rain and has been found in tumors of terminal cancer patients. He also discovered that DHMO was often used in nuclear power plants, and most dangerously, it is used as an additive in certain junk foods and other food products. Then everybody, do you think this chemical should be banned? Actually, the researcher asked 50 people this question. The result was as follows. 43 people said yes, 6 were undecided, and only 1 found out that DHMO was water, dihydrogen monoxide, H2O. The researcher concluded people were easily deceived. I think we are likely to be deceived when we face difficult technical terms and things that are apparently based on objective data, like fake science. Then, what should we do in order to prevent from being deceived? The answer is simple. Doubt it. You should always think, is that true? Let's go into details. You should think in this way. When you get uncertain information, which I call it information A for now. First, you assume that information A is not true, and you try to deny it. Given that information A is true, this assumption has some contradiction. So if that happens, you can completely believe that information A is true. This way is called proof by contradiction, or hariho in Japanese. This method is useful for various things. For example, hydrogen water. Nowadays, it's popular among middle-aged women. Many of them are absorbed in anti-aging, and some of them never fail to drink it, even if their family say, "It's too late, my mom." Then, does hydrogen water have an effect on anti-aging? Well, some say that hydrogen itself can distinguish active oxygen. That is one of the causes of age. But even now, no scientists succeed to prove this theory. So we can't conclude the theory is true or false because it's in research stage. So here, I want to start analyzing this question. Does hydrogen water contain sufficient amount of hydrogen to have a certain effect? Let's use the method here. You assume that hydrogen water has enough hydrogen, and you try to deny it. There are two ideas that can give the reason for the denial of this assumption. First, there is much hydrogen gas in our body. Compared with the amount of hydrogen gas in our body in hydrogen water, the latter is so small. Therefore, even if you drink it a lot, it's not effective. The amount of hydrogen in hydrogen water is not enough. Second, if hydrogen water is in plastic bottles, hydrogen molecules can go through these bottles and sometimes completely disappear, like soda tastes flat. It can't work anyway. Now, you succeed to deny the first assumption. So, the final answer to the question is no. Hydrogen water does not contain enough hydrogen. I know this way is complicated, but you don't need to prove that there is a contradiction if you can't. It's enough to find the information is suspicious. We are likely to make a decision without thinking a lot. It matters that you shouldn't jump at some information. Don't rush to believe it. Doubt your first impression, and you are less likely to be a victim of cheat. Having a habit of doubting brings you additional merits. You can reconsider an established notion. Many people say personality is good, difference should be respected. Of course I guess so, but I try not to believe the whole argument. Let's doubt these notions. Is personality really good? Why? Then you may find what personality is or what a good personality is. How about difference? Please apply this method to it by yourself. Just doubting is not the final purpose. It's okay if you cannot reach a truth within a short period. What you have to do before you believe an information is finding a weak point or something wrong in it by doubting it. Then you will not be deceived by the cheerful but tricky guide in Kyoto. Thank you very much.
Now, we have a question and answer session. Mr. Katayama, please.
What made you choose this topic for your speech today?
Okay, as I said, don't rush to believe it. And try to answer the question. That's all.
Okay. In your personal experience, what has been the most successful case by adopting the your doubt first principle?
Okay.
And at the same time, what was the biggest failure of it? Two questions.
In this, in Kyoto, or my example, which one? In my speech, I told you about experience about Kyoto, so I have to say about that experience.
No.
In my example.
In your life.
Okay. Okay. The most successful one. When I went to electric shop to buy a tablet, I asked shop clerk and which one is the best. And I want to do that, I want to do that, so I want to buy some tablet. Which one is the best? Then shop clerk said, this is superb. You have to buy it. You should. This one is the best. But at that time, I doubted that and returned to home. I searched a lot. Then I conclude that tablet is not suited for my demand. I think I save my money. I prevent from wasting my money. Then the most waste one. This is my mother's experience, and I heard that, and I also get the damage. She is interested in Niko, Chinese instrument, like cello, and she was a beginner of the Chinese instrument Niko. Then she want to buy that one, a good one. So she asked shop clerks, and which one is the best? And the shop clerk said, this is superb, you have to buy that. It costs 500,000 yen. It's too expensive, but she was the beginner, so she didn't ask questions, she didn't doubt that, then she bought it. It is a waste of money. My home will be crowded, my budget is grasped. Yes, exactly, that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kotama. The Q&A session is over. Thank you, Mr. Hamaus. Please go back to your seat. Now we will have a judging time.